The silence is deafening. It's the quiet before a storm. A digital storm gathering force, one we might not even realize is coming until it's too late. They call it artificial intelligence. We celebrate its breakthroughs. But what if I told you there's something crucial missing? Something that could unravel everything we think we know about the future? It's AI safety research, and right now it's desperately underfunded. A truly unsettling thought, isn't it? The numbers are stark. Companies are pouring billions into building increasingly powerful AI systems. OpenAI, Google, Meta, the list goes on. Yet a mere $10 million globally is dedicated to ensuring these systems remain safe and aligned with human values. That's less than 0.1% of the total investment. It's not just an oversight, it's a potential catastrophe in slow motion. The problem isn't new. Some experts predict AI could surpass human intelligence within the next decade. That sounds like science fiction, I know. But consider this. We're building tools whose capabilities we don't fully understand and whose consequences we haven't adequately planned for. And we are doing so at an unprecedented pace. A race against ourselves, perhaps? The initial reports were dismissed as alarmist. AI won't be a threat, they said. It's just code. But what happens when that code becomes self-improving? What happens when it starts to optimize for goals we haven't explicitly defined? That's where AI safety research comes in. A field dedicated to preventing those very scenarios. And it's being starved of the resources it needs to succeed. Why is this happening? It's not necessarily malice, it's an issue of incentives. The pursuit of immediate financial gain drives much of AI development. Build the bigger model now, generate revenue now. Safety research is the future, a complex, often intangible benefit. It's harder to quantify that return on investment. And when profit margins are king, long-term risks are easily ignored. There's also a disturbing lack of public oversight. Powerful AI systems are being developed behind closed doors with minimal scrutiny from regulators or the public. The promise of innovation often trumps concerns about potential harm. And when those harms manifest, it may be too late to course correct. Then there's a subtle but critical distinction, research versus advocacy. Organizations like AI Safety Camp are doing vital work, focused on the research itself, trying to understand and mitigate risks. But securing funding for purely advocacy efforts, pushing for policy changes or raising public awareness is significantly harder. Donors often prefer tangible research outcomes over campaigns for change. The difficulty in measuring progress compounds the problem. How do you quantify AI alignment? How do you prove that you've made an AI system less likely to cause harm? It's inherently challenging, making it difficult to secure consistent funding and demonstrate impact. This creates a vicious cycle. Less funding leads to slower progress, which further discourages investment, but there are those fighting back. Coefficient Giving is actively identifying and supporting high-impact AI safety initiatives. They understand that this isn't just about altruism. It's about safeguarding our future. But even their efforts are dwarfed by the scale of the problem. AI Safety Camp, for example, struggles to secure consistent funding despite its crucial research. They're focused on understanding how AI systems learn and reason, searching for ways to ensure they remain beneficial to humanity. Their work is essential, yet they're operating with limited resources. The Center for Security and Emerging Technology at Georgetown University focuses on AI accidents and developing safety standards. They're analyzing past incidents, identifying vulnerabilities, and advocating for responsible development practices. But their voice often gets lost in the noise of the industry's relentless pursuit of progress. Even within the AI safety community, there are disagreements about how much is actually being spent and where that money should be directed. The Less Wrong community, for example, has developed detailed models to estimate current expenditure, revealing a potentially even more alarming picture than official figures suggest. It's a complex problem with no easy answers. The consequences of inaction are terrifying. Accidents will happen. Unintended consequences will arise. And the more powerful these systems become, the greater the potential for harm. We're not talking about killer robots taking over the world. We're talking about subtle biases, unforeseen errors, and optimization failures that could have devastating impacts on society. Imagine an AI-powered financial system making decisions based on flawed algorithms triggering a global economic collapse, or a self-driving car network prioritizing efficiency over safety, leading to preventable accidents. These aren't hypothetical scenarios, they are potential risks we must address now. So, what can be done? Government needs to step up and prioritize AI safety research. Senator Gallagher in Australia recently highlighted this critical need, calling for increased investment in regulatory oversight. It's a start, but much more is needed. Tech companies must also recognize their responsibility. They can't simply prioritize profit over safety. They have a moral obligation to ensure the technology they create benefits humanity. Transparency and accountability are paramount, and we as individuals have a role to play too. Learn more about AI safety, support organizations working on it, demand responsible AI development from the companies you trust. Don't be complacent. Don't assume that someone else will fix this problem. The Compendium is an excellent resource for understanding the nuances of AI safety research. It provides a comprehensive overview of the field, highlighting key challenges and potential solutions. Knowledge is power, and in this case, it's also our best defense. This isn't about halting progress, it's about guiding it. It's about ensuring that AI remains a tool for human flourishing, not a source of existential risk. The future isn't predetermined. We have the power to shape it. The problem extends beyond just reallocating funding. It requires a fundamental shift in our mindset, a recognition that safety is not an afterthought, but an integral part of AI development. We need to move from a culture of move fast and break things to one of proceed with caution and prioritize human well-being. The clock is ticking. The window of opportunity for addressing these risks may be closing faster than we realize. We need to act now before it's too late.